My name is Yahaira Rodriguez, and I am a high school counselor at Plano West Senior High School. How do I ensure that all students and families have access to information is by being an advocate for these families and students first and foremost, making sure that the school in itself are using all the avenues to deliver information. And I am so lucky because I do work for an amazing school and amazing leaders who really shares the importance of communication with families and students. We have different avenues that might be e-news or the Wolf Howl or announcements, things like that, but we also as counselors have students that we know their different needs, and so we know that a lot of times we know that this student might not get this information, so we do call students in a lot to our office and making sure that we do answer those questions, make sure that we deliver the information that they need. Right now we're doing student advising, and so all the things that are coming up for these juniors are things that we share during that time. So yeah, every year is different, and so we want to make sure that we reevaluate every single year and how we're doing that and how we're meeting those needs to all of our students, because all means all. Well, see, advice is going to look different for each family. Some of our families are very wanting to take all advanced courses, for example, and so we try to educate them in the importance of their mental health, their stress, their time taking those courses. But some students, we notice that they can actually take an advanced course, and we want to make sure they have the opportunity to take that. And so some of the families don't even know what that looks like or what that all entails, and so explaining during our advising all the information that they need, it's what counselors do. It is important that they look at each child and their own child. A lot of times, there's a lot of comparison coming up, in schools, especially in high school when they're going to go off to college, but making sure that each advice is tailored to each individual family and student, to how they've performed in school or the extracurricular activities that they have. I mean, we really have to make sure, and that's why it's so important to look at each individual student and family when advising for levels and everything like that. And every student deserves, for sure, to have access to every single course and what they look like so that they can take what's best for them. I'm actually, when CCMR kind of came up and started being, something that we were talking about more, college career and military readiness, it's inclusive, right? We're making sure that we're getting students for what they need. Before it was like college, which is, education. I'm an educator, right? We all want education for our kids, but we have to admit that there are kids that are wanting to get ready for other things. And so how are we getting those students ready for the post-secondary education, whether that's career or military as well? And so one of the things that I am looking forward to as we move forward in Plano ISD, it's having more career opportunities for our kids, to get them ready for that. So to me, it's just being inclusive, making sure that all our kids, we have something for all. Again, when I think of all, I am thinking every single one of them. How are we meeting that need that they need for after high school? Gosh, sharing something that makes me smile. There's a lot of stories. My students make me smile. I say it a lot, and sometimes it might sound a little cliche, but I am working my dream job. I really am. Working with adolescents, it's definitely what I love to do, and talking to them is my best part of the day. Talking to them is my best part of the day. Who wants to be just filling out paperwork? Although it's part of it. But I have a lot of students who have been through some difficult situations, and having them walk on stage after having some adult, real situations go in their life, and seeing them walk across the stage, it's my favorite part. And giving them that last hug when they come down the stage, it's it. And so I don't have a specific one. I think they're all so special, and they all bring something. They make my life better, honestly. Yeah, so I did speak a little bit about that, about the best advice, but when it comes to students alone and kind of putting families a little bit aside and the times that I meet with my students, again, I try to tailor that right to that specific need. The advice is going to look different. But overall, I think I do say one thing, and it's just to be their true self and not to look to the person on the side. Their talents are unique, and who they are is unique. And so a lot of times, especially in a very competitive school like Plano West, students tend to kind of look up to the side and see what the other person's doing. But every student is special in their own way, and once they understand that, then they can really fulfill what it is that they want to do in the future. And seeing that flourish, it's just amazing. What is my why? Okay. I was that invisible kid once. And so I moved from Puerto Rico and not knowing the language, not having people kind of come around and take me under their wing was hard. And feeling invisible is not fun. So I did have two educators that were fabulous in high school. One was my ESL teacher, and the other one was my high school counselor, who completely changed the trajectory of my life. And so when I saw the power that a person can have in somebody's life, I was just hooked. So I don't want kids to go invisible anymore. It doesn't feel good. They have the right to have an equitable education. They have the right to be seen, valued, and being that student really did it for me. But more so, the power that we have to make a change is just what I go by every day. The minute I met those two educators, and that were just fabulous. There's no words to describe them. My life completely changed. I got involved in school. This person couldn't speak English at the beginning. All of a sudden, it's out of ESL and working for the yearbook and theater. Who would have thought I would be doing theater when I didn't even know English? So those are the things, because I had it in me the whole time. I had it in me, but no one saw it until two people did. And I'm not saying these other educators that were around me didn't make a difference in other people's lives. I'm just saying we can't miss that opportunity. We can't. Every second counts. And so that's what I always tell my counselors here. Like, a kid might just come in for a quick question, but that second might determine if they come again, if they trust me again to come. And you'd be surprised how many times they just come around, even with friends. And so one question that might take a second with a smile and warmth, that's all they need. So again, my why, because I don't want them to feel invisible like I did.
And that's why you are Counselor of the Year.